And the shopping was to die for. In one hand, Primrose carried the crew's letters, but in the other hand she had a cloth-wrapped bundle full of spices and sparkles from a recent market foray. To die for! All of which, including her good self, would be at risk if she were left behind. I might actually be left dying for it. I don't have an escort. I'm alone and stranded. Worse, if I have to bunk down overnight, I don't even have a change of hat. The topmost squeak deck of the Spotted Custard was almost out of sight. Prim could see it sinking through the open bay door as the balloon rigging came into view instead. Spoo was hanging off one rope and waving at her to move faster. Primrose tried, she really did, but she'd never win a prize for foot speed. It simply wasn't her preferred mode of locomotion. A sedate stroll was more her capacity, or better yet, a nice float on air or sea. She nearly ran into a porter. "Oh, 1,000 apologies, good sir," she said between pants, "but I believe my transport is sinking away without me. I do beg your pardon." She was embarrassed to find herself short of both breath and adequate vocabulary. The kindly gentleman did not seem to take offence. No doubt he was accustomed to people on a way station moving at speed. He nodded, and Primrose resumed her undignified scampering. "I'm not going to make it." Primrose wasn't given to flights of fancy or overly dramatic reactions to dire situations. Well, not most of the time. She tried to be practical. The pragmatic side of her brain was explaining that, given the restriction in her stride, copious skirts, and in her capacities, laziness meets corset, combined with the distance she still had to traverse, even if she made it, the leap would be more than she could safely undertake. Nevertheless, she kept running. Primrose ended up at the edge of the gangplank, which had once been connected to the boarding deck of the Spotted Custard. The top of the dirigible's rigging was in front of her, and the lower part of the massive red and black spotted balloon that gave the Custard her lift. Percy was now steering the craft away from the station so as to keep the bulging balloon from crashing against it. Prim crouched down and looked over the edge. Spoo and Roo looked up at her from the squeak deck.
"Sorry, Prim, dear."
That was Roo, her voice high and ridiculous sounding due to the still unpatched helium leak.
"It got worse."
"Yes, indeed," shouted Primrose, down at her friend and captain. "So I see."
"Hang tight and we'll come retrieve you as soon as possible."
"Oh, I say, that's very reassuring, Roo, darling. Very reassuring."
"I'd give you a time frame, but might be difficult to find helium where we're going."
"Oh? And where's that?"
"Down."
"Lovely. I'll wait here then, shall I?"
"I'm sending reinforcements."
"You're too kind."
"You haven't seen whom I'm sending."
"Better do it quickly, darling." Roo gave a nod, and something huge and sleek and golden brown leapt from the crow's nest, which was still well above Primrose's head, to land gracefully on the dock next to Prim. The something resolved itself into the form of a large and quite beautiful lioness, wearing a smug expression and an awfully familiar flowered sun hat, and holding a large carpet bag in her mouth by its handle. "Ah," said Primrose politely. "Good evening, Miss Sekhmet. Nice weather for it." "Lovely. Now I'm stranded in Singapore with a werecat. Wait a moment. Is that my hat?" The cat gave a meow trill around the handle and trotted over, depositing a carpet-bag full of, no doubt, useful items for two ladies weathering an undisclosed amount of time alone on a way station in a foreign land. Primrose shuddered to imagine what Roo would think important to pack under those circumstances. Certainly, there would be plenty of pastries and a change of shoes, but would there be something as sensible as a hair comb or additional banknotes? Her